Guys, can you hear me now? I hope that you guys can hear me now, guys and girls. Good morning. Okay, welcome. Mankan, welcome. Andy, good afternoon. I like the music theme in the beginning of your intro. Thank you for that. Aminu, good day. Oh voice, yes, thank you very much. Andy, welcome. Yes, Bon, welcome. Cool. I see that you guys and girls are here. Give a thumbs up, guys, and let me know if you are here. Big day for euro, dollar, NFP week, guys and girls. So let's make some peep here, and more importantly, rather than making peep, let's learn to make peep, learn to catch, trade, learn to trade. That's the main goal here. So GBPJPY is almost doing exactly as expected. It is still in that movement, and along with gold we can see that gold is still keep pushing high, which is absolutely aggressively bullish at the moment. And we have seen some consolidation here on gold. Now the question is it with the news dropping down deeper, or just keep pushing high and high? So you see that there is quite a few bullish momentum on this instrument at the moment. We see quite a few bullish candlestick pattern in that area. So if we look at gold and GBPJPY, so especially GJ is dropping down to a very important order block, and gold euro news will impact both GBPJPY and gold, and also we could see some movement on euro dollar, right? So you might see that move on euro dollar. Let's find out what kind of opportunity we have in all those instruments. Okay, so I believe that, guys and girls, you guys are here for a big day. So let me know if you are ready for a big day. Hello, welcome. Mohammed Yusuf, good morning. Specialized, okay. Yusuf, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hi coach, good evening. So kindly first analyze GJ. Okay. So let me look at, you guys want GJ or gold? Can you let me know, so I know that which side is more, I can go to that. So if you guys having, let's say, 49 GJ and 50 people gold, then I can go to the GJ, so it becomes 50-50. Then I have to choose 50%. So let me know, guys, if you are on GJ or on gold, the first analysis, which one you are looking at. Now today is a big day for GJ, gold, GJ, after sir, gold. Okay, gold. All right, so I see quite a few. I'm on gold, welcome. All right, so both of them we will be looking at. This instrument is just crazily bullish at the moment, just keep pushing high. Okay, so let's first look at the GBPJPY, and then we will be looking at gold. Make sure, guys, you stick till around. One by one we will be looking at that, because I can't look at both. So let's begin with GJ, and then also we'll be looking at, hello Robert, thank you very much. Hill, welcome. Okay, so let's first begin with GJ and try to understand this market, what's happening on GBPJPY, why it is dropping down. I will be deleting everything to see a clear picture of the market, starting with the daily chart. Why? Because daily is not a higher time frame, neither a lower time frame. It's mid-range time frame, which is very good for looking at that trending market, looking to see how the market is moving. Now from the daily perspective, we can see that GBPJPY is a bullish market. Okay, so long-term bull market. How do we know? From the market structure. Okay, so there are three secrets in the market. You can see in everything, in many things, there are three secrets. If you look at the geometry, triangle, there are three secrets, only three corners. In the pyramid, there are only three secrets. In human also, there are three secrets to look at a human being: is the mind, body, and spirit, isn't it? So you know very well the mind and body, but many of you even don't know what is spirit, isn't it? So spirit is your energy, is your emotion. So a human being consists of mind, which thinks, and then the body, which is the physical component, and then the spirit, which is the energy or the emotion. And when these three are aligned together, that human can become like a superhuman. So you think that if your emotion, thinking, and your body is acting together, that's where the secret. So in the market, there are three secrets: market structure, liquidity, price action. So from the market structure perspective on GJ, it's a long-term bullish market. You look at here, a daily, another impulse. Now it's coming down to this order block, expecting it to have a retest. It's dropping means that, which I will be interested to look at how the price is reacting, especially if today's candle dropping down to that order block. I draw this level that we draw in our previous sessions as well, and that's an FVG, or the fair value gap. So if you look at the intraday, so still it is even possible for GJ to bounce back even from this level. If you look at here, we see that this market already on a very significant level of support here. So if you look at this is the resistance here, the neckline of this reversal, followed by this is a support here, a big bounce, and also the support here, another bounce. Now currently the price in exactly on that point, but if breaking any of this low, such as 91, 187.91 to 187.85 and below, such as 187.70, is where there is a very high probability that if the market get a rejection from those levels, it's gonna bounce from this to, if especially today, high probability. Now at the same time, 4 hour, if you look at, you can see that this market here in this time frame, still it's not being able to break this low, and even this candle is not being able to break the low. It is still can move up again even without grabbing much liquidity. So this is where we can see that GJ is trying to create a pattern, but I want to see that the price again has broken that low here and then has gone back below this level, and then we can look for potential entry opportunity on GBPJPY, as it is a bull market. So as you have seen that I haven't opened any sell early. We had once, but it didn't work out. I was in a buy. So if you look at here, what do we see? That the market slowly coming back below this level, which is I'm waiting for the price to drop below that level, and then we will be looking for that entry. This is an order block. So what is an order block, guys? If you are not sure about an order block, let me know. So an order block is where the smart money bought, right? How the institutional trader banks trade is based on this. Is where we can find the order block, and this is the order block here. Okay, so we see a fair value gap and order block on GBPJPY, and this is where support. Okay, so this is where we will be waiting for price to come down, retest resistance, support, so fundamentally this is a huge bull market. The price has dropped down in that level, in this liquidity like this. You see there is a huge doji, also a clean rejection. So I will be waiting for a very clean rejection from such an important level before we have a buy position. And if the market managed to bounce back from this level, we might see again returning back to this resistance here. So if we can catch in the right moment, which is 300p possible for a big move to the upside on GBPJPY. Is it a supply zone? Which is the order block, which is an order block here. Okay, so let's quickly look at now. We found that level that we might be looking at on JJ for potential entry. So this is a support level here. And this is there is one support, and also this is an FVG. Looking to enter in that area if we see the market has given very strong drop, then we can look for that potential entry opportunity. Okay guys, so hope that you are enjoying the live session. I would appreciate your support to the channel. If you give a thumbs up, will be much helpful, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. So now let's begin with gold. Let's see what kind of opportunity we have on gold. Now gold is very strongly bullish as news coming in, couple of the euro news and then dollar. So it's gonna be another big one on gold. So let's begin with the daily chart. Guys, are you ready for gold? Let me know if you are ready for gold. If you're ready for gold, give a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press that bell notification so that you are not missing out any of the content that we are releasing every single day. So let me begin with gold here. Now let me do a complete multi-time frame analysis. Guys, keep in mind that multi-time frame is key. When you look at the multi-time frame approach, you are looking at the bigger picture. When you look at the bigger picture, it becomes much easier for you to manage. You know that this is where the missing piece of the puzzle for many trader, especially, you know, if you ask a trader or any person that what's your long-term vision or long-term picture, very few people will be able to answer, and that's the secret of being a profitable trader, right guys? Let me give you exercise. If you're struggling to be profitable as a trader, let me give you exercise. Do you need exercise? Let me know. You see there is a bounce on JJ again. That's really interesting. We'll keep it there. Now, if you need an exercise, let me give you. So if you look at the bigger picture, that's where everything comes in play. So what's that exercise? Let me explain to you. But the important order block level in which time frame? Ready? Thank you. Yes, sir. Yes, thank you very much. Okay. The exercise is, let's say you wanna chop cucumber. Okay, it's like a fish anyway. Let's say you wanna chop the cucumber. Now, in one hand, you took a knife. The other hand, you took a spoon. And now you need to eat your favorite soup. Okay. Now in one hand you took a knife. The other hand you took a spoon. Right? That's the secret, guys. That's the secret. Keep in mind. Since we wake up since in the morning till we go to the bed, we transform from one person to the other person. A different role that we need to play. And that is where, because who we are as a person is like a fluid. It varies from role to role, time to time, different situation. When you need to chop the cucumber, you can't use the spoon. And when you need to drink your favorite soup, you cannot use the knife. And that's where you need to understand. So most people use the knife to drink the soup, also use the knife to chop the cucumber, or use the spoon to chop the cucumber and use the spoon to drink the soup. So in one area they are very good, the other area they fail. So then how can you do it? One thing you keep in mind, that very simple. If you want something different than what you have never had, you have to do something different that you never did. And that's where becoming a trader. Okay, so it comes down to looking at the exercise. Then what you need to do, doing something different. What exercise you can do is, first of all, the exercise is that every day, aside when you are, everyone must have a trading desk at least, or a study desk. Should have something where you sit down or look at the chart, right? When you sit on your desk, just write it down in a piece of paper. When you write, it goes directly to your brain, because our hand, from very thousands of years, writing directly goes to the mind. Write down exactly, idealize yourself, that what kind of trader you want to be. For example, you can write that I am a consistently profitable trader who is making consistent profit from the market that helps me to achieve this, to gain financial freedom, to quit 9 to 5 if you want, or to create an extra income that helps me to do. Write it down every day. Don't miss one day. see 20 to 30 days what happened. You'll see an unimaginably change. Now this is where you look at the bigger picture, okay? And then you don't, when you do that, you started to look at the bigger picture. That's the exercise. That's where you become what you need to become. That's the secret of being everything. So with that being said, if we look at the bigger picture on gold, now looking at the daily chart, what do we see here? That this market, from bigger picture perspective, it's a long-term bullish market. Okay, so this is the daily impulse, a huge impulse on the daily, and that market from the daily perspective, it's already a very overextended. Now it is possible for gold to have a very strong reaction from the top as the market is in all-time high. Okay, so if you look at this, 2049 is where the market is in all-time high. So when the market is in an all-time high, the buyers might hesitate to buy from this top, and once they will start to close the position, it might just keep pushing down. So you could see at some point, or still the market structure is still bullish, still there is a probability for a huge spike to the upside. Okay, so still probability for a huge spike, even there is a probability for doing something like that. Okay, so big spike and then straight returning back. So the news coming up will definitely will make a big difference on euro as well as dollar. So from the analysis perspective, if we see that gold really has managed to drop from the top, change the trend, yeah, we will be taking that ride, the new trend. So if you melt from here, if you look at the monthly chart, we can see that from the monthly it is very overextended, and so it's in an all-time high. It is possible for a breakdown, but what is going up is likely to go up. That's the law of trading, so we can't guess. We need to see the price action confirmation. Once we see that, then we can look for any entry opportunity. At the moment, I would like to observe the market to see how it is grabbing the liquidity. Now you can see that here, this is the 15-minute chart on gold. This is a resistance level, and with that resistance, okay, so if you look at here, so this is you can see this is a triangle. Now this triangle, as a rule of thumb, it should be breaking to the upside. So that's why I'm telling you that still the market structure is still bullish. Okay, so and it's still possible for the price to keep pushing high in the major direction of the trend. So here, this triangle, if you look at, it should be breaking in that direction. So the news will tell us exactly what it might be doing. But if it wants to reverse, if gold wants to reverse, we might see that the spike and then reversing back. So the news coming up will be a big catalyst for it. So if we look at here with the Forex Factory calendar. So if you look at the calendar here on euro and in this instrument, so euro coming up in 12:15, which is only 40 minutes from this time. So main refinancing rate, which is 4.5% forecast, and then coming up dollar 12:30 unemployment claims. So both of them will impact euro dollar and all the instruments. So Another important point, I know that we are looking at the news calendar, but what's the advantage of, you know, what is the advantage of knowing those news calendar? It's also a very important point, isn't it? We'll be looking at that while we see that GBPJPY is just preparing here. Now if we look at gold in that area, while we see that GJ is slowly preparing, so this triangle is a very important one that we will be looking at to see how the price is evolving in that. Below this level there is a high liquidity, so all those long wick candles are very important zone where we can look for a break of a structure and then even trend continuation. If it reverse, then we will know. Normally reversal might happen during the news. So if the news is creating that reversal, we might see that might make a big difference in the market at the moment. Yes, thank you very much. What is the news and what impact it will put, sir? Okay, so if you are a complete beginner in trading, you know that there is, let me bring that up. So if you look at the Forex Factory calendar, this is a free website where you can look at the news, and looking at here on Euro news coming up, also coming up dollar, and then again 12:45 ECB press conference. So all of them having a big impact in the market on if you are a complete beginner, this website you can find all the high impact news calendar. So euro, dollar, and again 2 a.m. also there will be some other news, and then coming up tomorrow NFP. So big day coming up, guys. Okay, so because there is a, you see the market is in that narrow range, it's a very narrow range here, so which is a very narrow range, and in this narrow range the price is just so it's a very narrow range, and from this narrow range this kind of consolidation pattern sometimes signals potential reversal. Okay, so I'm not saying that reversal, because until we see a complete reversal we can't say reversal. Now if it breaks down, guys, this is a, if you look at the 5-minute chart, what do you see? That it's an absolutely, if you remember here also you had a trade, I think, yeah, if you guys remember, we were doing the live session here at 20:30. It was forming an inverted head and shoulder, and you were waiting for a trade entry and just left us, if you guys remember. And then the market didn't look back anymore. You can see it's at the top of the sky. Now this move, if the market had a huge breakdown, even it could just come back down below this monthly low is possible. Guys, don't press the sell button because we are just analyzing the chart. Okay, so I'm waiting to see how the price is doing in that situation. If it breaks down, then it should gather that further liquidity, and then we should see that spike. And if that's happened, as the NFP coming up, we might see that it just returning back to the original position, guys. So we'll be looking at that to see how the market is doing. And also in the meantime, let's see what kind of opportunity we have on euro dollar as well. As euro news is coming, it's also a little bit choppy at the moment. Euro dollar just moving in a sideway. But let's do the daily chart. Let's do a complete analysis, euro dollar as well as EURJPY. So EURJPY, like the GBPJPY, this instrument also has dropped to a very significant liquidity zone. So if we the euro news, EURJPY is coming back below this. This is an order block for EURJPY. So I'm looking at EURJPY rather than euro dollar is because EURJPY is trending very strongly rather than the euro dollar. So this is an order block and there is an imbalance here on EURJPY. Like the GJ, if EURJPY today break this low and revert back from this level, we can look for potential entry opportunity on EURJPY. Okay, so this is a very important level of support. From here we have seen that bounce, and this is a resistance level, this is support level, and there is a FVG here. Okay, also the fair value gap. So if you guys don't know what is the fair value gap, you can let me know. I can discuss in depth on that, how to identify a fair value gap. Also I will be posting a lesson, a complete video on fair value gap. So make sure you stay subscribed to the channel, press that bell notification so that you are not missing out. You can find it, you will be able to see that video on during the London session time, in the upcoming Saturday London time. So make sure guys you stay tuned for that. So EURJPY, this is a fair value gap. You can see this is a FVG, and from here we saw this is an order block, this is a previous support and resistance, previous resistance and support, and this is an imbalance in the market. So you could see that at least the price to drop here, or even with the news it might even penetrate further. That might give us an entry opportunity. I will be more in tune with EURJPY and GBPJPY rather than the euro dollar, because euro dollar was not trending, it was just moving in a sideway. So that is leading this price to the weekly support level. If you look at the weekly price action on EURJPY, which is bringing the price to the weekly support. So let's see how the market is doing here, and especially if this daily candle drops, that's a big deal, because in a single day that much of drop is unusual. It's already nearly 2 ATR move happen. If it drops down here today, that will be more than 2.5 ATR. So in a single day, that much of drop to this liquidity zone definitely makes a big difference, guys. This is the secret of smart money trading. Are you guys trading like with smart money, or you trade ICT? Which one you trade mostly? So do you trade smart money concept or ICT? Are you forcing on gold, GJ boss? We'll be looking at other market as well, because if you look at too many instruments, then you might be just missing trades, because at the end to enter a trade you need a very well informed decision. Okay, because you see that on GBPJPY, when we are looking at the market, we have identified the support, we have identified the fair value gap, we found this order block, and then we are waiting for the price to come to fill that imbalance. We can look at other pairs for higher time frame, but it depends on, as I mentioned, we open trade in this live session, so that's what we need to also focus on, finding a good trade so that you guys know exactly GG is going to. Okay, how to know news are positive or negative. Okay, so that's what another important question that in the beginning of the session, that as I asked before the news 30 minutes remaining, this will change your trading completely. Guys, can you hear me? Give a thumbs up please, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet, and your support to the channel is appreciated always. Now if you look at there is a very good question has come out to be, is that how to know news are positive or negative, or in other words, how the news impact, like how do you use the forecast in the news calendar, right? Let's say main refinancing rate on euro, okay, which is forecast 4.5, and how do you use that information to trade the market, guys? This is right? It's very important, isn't it? Because you need to know that you are finding the right information. Now how do you use that refinancing rate or any other data that is given as a forecast? How can you use in your trading, right? Or in other words, how do you know that the news is negative or positive? Because it's absolutely a very important point to look at. We talk about NFP, we talk about news, but how do you trade them? If we ask a very fundamental question, right? How do you trade them? Will you be opening a buy as soon as you see the positive data, or will you be just gamble, right? Just buy 10 lot and then don't put a stop loss, whichever we're going, like that? Or you use an informed trading decision based on those data, or what? Or just, keeping an eye on the news, don't trade in that time, which is also a kind of a strategy. Some trader don't even consider that news is there, just don't trade during that event, and that's completely fine. Some trader do that, but I use those events for the maximum profit possible, guys. Maximum profit possible. If you know that, trust me, if you know that how those data play a big role in the market movement, it will completely change the way you look at the market. That's a big secret in trading that many traders don't understand. Let me tell you what it is. See, first of all, let's look at what happened after the news. After the news, what do we see? As soon as the data release, boom, big spike. You can't trade that, right? Because spread widens, even you can't open an immediate position. Because as soon as you see the spike, you're gonna press that trigger, but spread wide opens. In that time, if you open a position, it's gonna ruin your account. And once the spread become normal, gone. The trade has gone already, right? So So that means that you can't use that information as soon as data release. Now, what are the next thing that you can do? Well, let's look at some of the things that will let me bring that up. See this candle, guys, this information, as I mentioned, you'll not find anywhere, so make sure you take a note. You see, this is 29th of February 2024, this daily candle, right? 29th of February 2024. Now go to the news calendar. What do you see? 5th of March. If you go to the past week, 29th of February. This is Friday. This is Thursday, showing here Thursday because it's after 12 a.m. Friday candle, right? Friday, or you can Thursday London session, Thursday New York session. That candle has formed. And then a week later, JPY. That's the secret to use this information. Now, when a market move, you need to ask a very, very sensible, logical question. See, when we see a long candle, we look for pin bar. Don't look for pin bar. Ask a very important question. What is that? Why this candle dropped that much far? That's the question that you need to ask. When you ask this question, why that candle dropped that much far, must be huge selling happened in that area. Right? Now, who sold against the trend? Because, a retail trader with $100 trading account trading for 3 months can understand that this is in an uptrend. Then what a smart man is going to sell this market such a big candle to this liquidity zone? So that is what we called a manipulation, or it's completely related to the event. And that is where, if you remember, we also open a trade here on GJ and we secure a good profit on that, guys, in this live session also. And that's the secret, right? So this is where you need, and not only in this instrument, in every instrument you will find it. And this information exactly what you need from this news. This is what I use to multiply my profit every single day. Guys, this is the real thing that you need to understand, that how the market moves when there is a big news comes in play. And more in-depth understanding, you will find it. If you are our member, you can find a news and price action trading strategy on your dashboard. That will give you a bit more clearer ideas. Also, there is an update coming on that. You can keep eye on that. And that's how we will be using, I uses this information. And that's where the secret of trading profitably, using the fundamental with the technical, because when the news data release, the market gone and you can't find it, but use it 24 to 48 hours earlier when big boys was trading. Now you see this GBPJPY, this candle, this is not a selling candle, it is a closing buy candle. Okay, so that's why it dropped here and then straight went back up, and it's a big move, right? So now now we see that the market with the NFP coming up and the same kind of bearish candle, now a bit more different than this one. I would say that 90% probability when this daily candle drop here, it was a 90% probability that the market will at least will go to this level here. But if you replay the chart, you see, because there was no break of structure whatsoever before that, but now it formed a kind of double top. So though the price is on the order block, but still there is a probability for a bit more downside, but high probability that we could see that FVG retest. If we see today, if this candle is dropping with the FVG, I will be opening here in this live session. Guys, make sure that you stick till the end of the live session to see how we are doing, and make sure you give a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I see that the likes and view are very disproportional. Would you mind giving a thumbs up? So I pause for 2 seconds so everyone have time to do that. Oh, thank you very much. So what if gold crosses down? Then we will be selling. Sir, how do you find the fair value gap? Okay, so we will be also discussing on that. Gold, thank you. USD, how are you? Don't know what you said. Okay, so let's look at now on so GJ here is what we can see in that area, and expecting in that zone. So we'll be expecting for the price to drop to that level. So what is gold is heading, making new highs. Okay, so here we can see, as I mentioned before, that gold is in what is going up is likely to go up. That's the law of trading. So this you can see it has broken the trend line, which eventually could be a continuation pattern or just preparing for a rejection with the news. But still, the highest priority always is to give in the direction. Always the highest priority is the trend. Okay, so this 30 minutes candle on gold form after retest of the 20 EMA, which basically form a very strong liquidity candle. So that signals a potential further continuation, but I will be waiting for the news, guys. Not much. Be patient. Okay, so patience is key to become profitable as a trader. Good evening, coach. How do you make plan for the next day in any of the instrument? So how do you make plan for the next day in any of the instrument? I normally don't make plan for the next day. I normally do the plan for the same day. Basically what I do is, when I sit down on my desk, I look at the chart from a completely fresh perspective. Because if I make a plan for next day on trading, the next day changes a lot. The chart completely changes. So for example, if we look at the gold 15-minute chart, now I'm here. If I look at today's 7th, so if you go to the 7th, 6th is here, say here. Okay, now up to here is the 6th, and then 7th started. Even if I leave the chart here, I can't make plan for next day, because when I wake up and get fresh and come back to the chart, I see these changes. So the way I do is, everyone has his own way. You might be able to make a plan for the next day if you are trading on higher time frame. Yeah, if let's say you are trading on the daily, it does. But the way I look at is, when I sit down on the chart, I forget about everything that happened in the past. Okay, I forget that this is an uptrend, downtrend, what I called a beginner mindset, sitting on the in front of the chart with a beginner mindset. Okay, so like refreshing, purging everything, forgetting everything, uptrend, downtrend, and then doing a full multi-time frame analysis, having a complete fresh view of the market, and then thinking, okay, this market is an uptrend, so I'll be only looking to buy in that market. So with that being said, you can see it's now pushing high, but from the daily, it's really big bounce on gold. And with the data coming up, 30 minutes candle has formed a bullish, but it just could be the other way around is possible, just could revert back, or after a spike it could reverse back. I will neither be buying at the moment nor be selling, but if it shows a very strong bullish pattern and then reverse, that means that it's gonna change the trend. So once we see that the potential change of trend, we can look for that entry. Let's look at the GJ here. Okay, so GJ, coming back to it, is where, yeah, we see that the market slowly heading to that liquidity zone. So wait for the spike. Just 10 minutes remaining. Euro dollar also consolidating in a sideway. Okay, gold and euro dollar, both of them currently appreciating in that direction. So now from the price action perspective, which is showing bullish, but we will be waiting for the news, because euro news also will make a big difference on gold as well. Now this is the 5 minutes price action also forming. There is a liquidity gap here. There is a liquidity gap here, so which is basically forming bullish price action. As the news is coming, you will not be able to buy, but you can see that this drop here to this liquidity zone basically has given very strong momentum for gold. Along with the GJ, that's a big move. So it might just appreciate now again. So euro might be making gold a bit more volatile again. Huge bounce, all-time high. So before the news, we can see the market started to become a bit more volatile, which is good for us as a trader. You always need that volatility. Could you give me an example? Okay, yeah, absolutely, Aman. Good evening. How do you make plan for the next day? Okay, I will be giving an example. Absolutely, if you are in our group, I'm not sure if you are in our group or no. So if you are in the group, in the VIP group, then you can follow along all the commentary that I'm giving, discussing about the trade and everything. But I'll give a brief rundown on that. Let's first a bit more looking at the market, and then I'll be telling you how I approach the market on the same day. Okay, so what's happening with the gold here is really interesting. So funny here, big long candle. So this long candle is a big move and then rejection, right? So it's now this rejection is a bit more unusual to me. GBPJPY is consolidating here. So next move, you want to see a spike down to the order block. We'll keep eye on both of the instruments such as GBPJPY here it is forming a potential bullish price action, but I don't think that without forming a double bottom at least, or even breaking the low. Without breaking the low, we might not see that GJ is going up. We might see, but for me, though it has formed a reversal here, but spike needed. Okay, so there is a, with the euro news, it's gonna have a spike in that direction as well. So gold has formed a huge bearish engulfer from the top as we discussed. So it's forming a bearish engulfer. That now that bearish engulfer is an absolutely to see, is it trying to reverse or just gathering liquidity for another bounce to the upside. We'll be looking at that. We have still 5 minutes to go for the news. So it's grabbing liquidity again from the support level. It grabbed the liquidity again. We're still on. No, I'm not on AUD/USD. I have closed and also I have updated on the group. I have closed at break even. Yeah, thank you very much. Check US oil. Yes, so we'll be looking at that. 3 minutes to go for the news, and I would like to post a poll to see what you guys that do you think that euro let me start a poll. So do you think that euro is going to be weaker with the news? Let me see. So what's your opinion? Let's see, you guys. Do you think that euro gonna be weaker or it's gonna bounce? Okay, here there is a big rejection here. This is a huge long rejection on the 5 minutes. So that might be slowly the market is a sign the market getting exhausted. Now tomorrow, as you know that today also, tomorrow is coming up. So just 1 minute to go for euro news to come up. What's happening with the EURJPY? So with that euro, if euro drops down, then it might drop the GBP also. Big spike down. So that has dumped the euro to the downside. So because euro has got weaker, I think that gold also slowly might be getting weaker, and this rejection on gold is a potential sign that euro dollar and gold is slowly might be reversing with the uh, NFP coming up. So uh, in just 13 minutes there is ADP non-farm employment change, and that's gonna be a game changer, guys. That's gonna be a game changer, because after that, okay, so we see that on GBPJPY also is trying to revert. Now with the weakness on euro, we see that some weakness on GBP as well. So here I will be mostly waiting to see for the price to this is the 15 minutes price action. Let's keep the eye on the order block. So from the 4-hour, it didn't break this low, so that could lead this price to revert back. This is a huge rejection, as in the beginning we discussed that gold might be reversing from that level. Now Okay, so GJ is breaking in that direction, which is you would say that a good thing for us. Okay, GBPJPY now it's dropping in that level. Okay, you see that rejection which is expected. With that on gold, it's very unpredictable, and we have only 10 minutes to go, guys. Make a guess. What do you think that on let me see, 35 vote, euro will get weaker? So 60% was no, but we see that eventually euro has got weaker. So majority was sometime, it happens, majority sometime cannot be, can be. So that's why sometimes big boys trade is against the majority. Okay, now here you can see after this big consolidation on euro dollar, huge consolidation on the, if we look at the lower time frame from the 15 minutes, and with that consolidation the market has had a complete breakdown here, and with that breakdown it's coming to the support level. Euro dollar just is pushing down at the moment. So, and GJ has got a clean drop, and this time we might see, ultimately we might see that dropping down to the order block. So on a single day, if we look at the GBPJPY, many pip move have happened so far. 188, 190 pip move already, so which is in fact a very big move on a single day. So let it drop to this order block here. And then we'll see how the market is reacting to that. Okay, so here we might see that it's in a very crucial level. Okay, on GJ it already has broken another important support level, and after this I would like to see a big drop here and then to reject. So GJ in a very crucial level while gold is still appreciating, and we have 3 minutes to go for the news to come up on gold and dollar, and that will be a huge game changer. I think that's gonna trigger a big liquidity for a bigger move if it is going against the trend. So it's getting an appreciation here on GJ. Okay, 3 more minutes to go. What low can GJ make? What low can GJ make? Yeah, this is what we're discussing about. So the lowest point can be 187.70 or 72, which is the fair value gap. So the support, it might drop that far or may not, but it will be a big buy potential if the market reject from this order block. So if the price goes to 180 below 187.80, here is the order, here is the fair value gap. So you see this is the resistance previous, this is the previous swing low from the daily, and this zone is FBG. So if the market coming to that level is where there is a big probability that GJ. So far this is the 30 minutes, you can see there is a still it has formed a bearish candle. The weak fill is possible still yet in that zone. Now gold is just appreciating from 30 minutes, a big bullish pin bar followed by another bullish candle. So it's just appreciating here on gold. Just so what's the news data came out? What's happening here? So there is no virtual change to 117k to 117k. So which way the market has done spike? The spike is from the top. So there is no change. So how did is impacted DXY? So DXY got a weak lower time frame price action. DXY trying to get an appreciation. So that might lead gold to depreciate, or it's gonna pumping to the upside. Now gold, if gold is want to reverse, it's gonna do a lot of manipulation that we discussed before, and you might see that the market is heading in that direction now. So you might see multiple manipulation, and while GBPJPY and EURJPY still in. So EURJPY also dropping down to the order block. Looks to me that gold slowly might be preparing for potential drop. It's a big manipulation is happening. Okay guys, so how the news has impacted. So now we need to look for that setup that we are looking at. GBPJPY is still showing bearish, so still no sign of bounce, so that might lead that price to ultimately the order block, while gold is forming a very interesting price action. You can see whenever it's going to that resistance, is forming a narrower long wick candle. Huge long wick candle, pullback. That's sometimes very surprising, because gold in a zone where you see that there is a big manipulation here. There's no way that we can enter in that zone, but GJ might be going to a zone where you might find a potential entry. Still bearish here, and euro dollar has got a rejection and started its downtrend. At the moment we see that Gold is in a very strong manipulation, and when the market manipulate, basically what we need to do is analyze the market and wait for the best opportunity. When the market manipulates like this, basically a sign that the market is preparing for a bigger move, which what I think that gold might slowly will try to reverse, because if you look at the monthly chart, it's an all-time high daily, big move to the upside. This price, even if the trend reverse from here on the daily, it might even drop back to this level, which is from the weekly to the support, and also from the monthly here. So waiting to see potential reversal. Now what else we have later today? We see 12:45 another news, which is the tentative on euro, which might lead the euro dollar to be more volatile. And then 2 a.m. coming up, Powell will testify, so which will be also a big volatility on dollar. And that news on 2 a.m. is basically a big manipulation will happen on all sides, and then we might see that with that manipulation the market might reverse to for NFP, which you could see. Now you can see just manipulating, not going anywhere, just moving one place to the other. Guys, are you patient? Let me know if you are losing patience. Don't lose patience, because when you are a full-blown trader, then 2 to 3 trades in a week will make you the whole month. That's the beauty of, we think that we have to take a lot of trades. Yeah, when we do open quite a few trades, but it's all about making a very good informed decision from one trade and then holding on to that. Are you guys with me? Let me know. Quickly, let me look at, guys, what's happening with the dollar yen. We see that dollar yen is just keep pushing down. I'll be quickly looking at, there's a 4-hour candle close coming, just all the instrument to see what's happening in the market in all the pairs. So USD is trending. AUD USD is trending. CHF/JPY, Euro GBP, EURJPY is almost there to the below this level. There is a high liquidity. Euro NZD also breaking down. So gold is pumping to the upside. Euro dollar had a big drop. I think GBP AUD also coming to a zone where this instrument, it's a big uptrend. It's coming down, which eventually might give at some point a big bullish opportunity. while US100 is just bouncing up with a, there's a liquidity gap here, it's just bouncing back to the upside. So you see a huge weakness on dollar CAD. Okay, so among from all this instrument, we see there is still gold again is bouncing back to the upside. Okay guys, so let's see now here. Okay, GJ is slowly trying to create a pattern. It's not being able to drop much. Still not ready for it. We want to see one more manipulation and then to revert back. So GJ is a very strongly bull market. Long term, at the moment it's a very strongly bearish market. Any liquidity gap we will be looking to enter buy here. Okay, gold is so there is a euro news being started, and that's instrument also getting very volatile at the moment. Euro. Okay, now GJ has got a primary rejection from this level after back-to-back two green candle, and There is a double bottom here. I would like to see that it finally has got a big manipulation before we look for buying opportunity on GBPJPY. Dollar yen also consolidating in that area. Gold is still not going anywhere because the that Powell will testify. You see that this is a very interesting. You can see on gold how the candle is being closed. I would recommend you not to trade this market at all, guys. This market you cannot do anything here, so just make sure that you are very aware of this market. It's highly manipulative at the moment, and once the manipulation will over, you'll see that a huge movement might be happening. So you might see that before the change of trend, we could see a lot of liquidity grab, especially from the top, because it's an uptrend. If it wants to change the trend, it might do big liquidity grab. You see that tomorrow is NFP, right? It might just range in that area for the upcoming session until the NFP. It might just do something like that, complete sideways, and then we could see big drop, or even before that we could see drop. So the way the market is doing on gold, I wouldn't be enthusiastic at the moment to sell or buy. I think it's gonna prepare for a drop. So looking at the GBPJPY here, if the market is dropping down to this order block, we can look for, but at the moment it's not there, so we will be waiting for that price to drop to that level. What have you thought of making the highs and lows of early NFP events? The early NFP event making the high. So if you remember, I remember the monthly chart on gold. Previous NFP was here. So this is the previous NFP's level on gold. So if you look at the monthly, so from here we saw that there was a drop, and then the prices dropped. So yeah, it is possible for, if the market reverse, it might drop to the previous NFP level, or even it could keep pushing down to below the monthly low. She's slowly preparing for a potential reversal, but when the market reverse, it doesn't drop straight away, guys. So be very cautious about entry, until you see a fully bearish market. It's not a good idea to sell, because anytime it might just take some extra liquidity and then gain the momentum. I'm selling GBPJPY. So in the last moment you're selling. I think that GJ even might get a bounce here, the way it is heading. Okay, so I will be going long on GJ from here by market, and I will be explaining later why I'm going. So I will be putting around 33 pip stop loss, guys. So make sure that you do proper risk management. Even 1-2 pip lower is better, and I will be targeting up to this level, which will be 5 to 1. I will be holding the trade. If the market bounce from here GJ, we should see significant movement. So this is my entry on GJ with 33 pip stop loss that I will be entering now on GBPJPY. So the stop loss will be at 188.164, and TP target will be at 190.139. So sharing the same trade in the group here. So I'll be holding the trade for bigger profit or until the SL, which is also possible. It doesn't mean that it's gonna be, straight going to the profit. It just might go for another spike. So make sure, guys, you do the risk management. You are not over leveraging. Is very important. I will be explaining why I am going long. Make sure you are not, doing anything that will hurt your trading account. So I didn't wait for the price to reach to the order block. It might go there, it might not. The reason is, if you look at this market already, it grabbed twice from that liquidity, and from the daily this market already has made a very strong movement. And if you look at here, this is a support level. We have seen that there is a big move happen. So expecting for the price to keeping it as a liquidity grab and then to bounce. So if GBPJPY managed to revert from this level, breaking this resistance, then we could see a huge move on this market. If it revert, we might see straight going back to our TP. If it not, then we might see that SL. So make sure, guys, you are not taking big risk on a single trade, but considering as a high, because it's a very high risk reward, it will be also it will also have a risk on it. So I expected this 30 minutes candle a bit strongly bull. See what's happening here. So we are long on GJ in that with a very tight stop loss, and after see there are two weakless candle. Still there is a liquidity at the top. The market goes to grab that liquidity, we should see that a breakout in that direction, which I'm expecting on GJ to have. It formed double bottom. It did, most of the task it should be doing from the bottom, and the rest I have to leave it on the market. Because in the last moment, if we see that it's appreciating to the upside, so if you are right, you will be taking for 5. If you're wrong, you will be closing with 1. That's how the trading is, guys. Probability is the key. And so the 4-hour candle closed here on GBPJPY. So this 4-hour candle close. Okay, so this is a very crucial level that the candle closed on GJ, and with that candle closed, if the market today reverse, then yeah, we can expect, if it reverse, then we can expect it to straight go back to this 5 times liquid, 5 times profit. If it isn't, then it isn't. We will be holding the trade. I will be holding the trade, because if it reverse from here on GJ, it's gonna be the big one. Okay, if it isn't, that's, we have to let it go. So make sure that you are not taking more than 1% risk, because anything can happen in trading. I'm expecting it to have a breakout, so because it has come to a very significant liquidity zone from the daily and from all time frame. This trend line needs to be broken for us to give the full TP. You guys probably running some profit on that. I'm running a little bit of at entry, a little bit of profit at the moment, and if it bounce, it's gonna have a big move in that direction, guys. If you're enjoying the live session, make sure you give a thumbs up. We see sudden move in profit zone, and make sure you give a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. So dollar yen also doing the same thing. We see some kind of reversal pattern is forming, and let's see, we could see potential bounce on GJ, which I'm expecting on GJ. Okay, guys, so it's a big ambition for us to take a big trade, but how far it's gonna move is the key. But if it revert from that level, so there is one probability still that might try to grab further liquidity from this level here, but so it also gonna manipulate at the moment before it got a reversal. So gold has made a big depreciation here on gold. So it's now, as I mentioned, it's also manipulating. So GBPJPY is showing potential bounce. Okay, so yeah, we are on some profit. I believe that you guys have got a better price than me, because when I open after that the price has come down. So you guys probably running almost 1% on that. So let's keep running, and as I mentioned, if it bounce, we might see straight going back to the resistance level. So we have a big target on that. So we have 165 pip. Let's see how much we can take. Now just to give it a bit more room, I will move my stop loss to 188.15. So it's now 164. So it's in a profit, but I'll just move my stop loss to 150. So just to give a bit more room, as in case it might try to grab further liquidity, but it's almost just 1 pip, because I will be holding the trade. I'll be holding this trade for this move, because what I think that if it managed to bounce, it just could straight go back to the resistance level. So that might give us move, or if it isn't, no problem. So here we look at the 5 minutes. So it's gone to the upside. So if you look at the daily, this is where the daily, where there is a weakless candle. So for TP at 4, I'll move my TP to 2p below, just to make it here. Okay, just not to touch the weakless candle. So I'll move my TP at 190.104 on GJ. So it will be 4.5 times profit target. Just 3 pip away. And now what do you see here? Okay, so we see a break of structure on GJ, and this is the resistance on the 5-minute chart. We see a break of structure. Now that break of structure is, you know, that more often it doesn't go, but we see a break of structure now, expecting it to revert back to the upside. If this break of structure remain intact, we might see a spike to the upside and changing the trend that could give us a good profit on this trade. And I believe that, guys, you are enjoying. We have got a trade on GJ. Let's see how much it is moving, and I would appreciate your support to the channel for everything that you are doing, guys. Could you mind give a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press that bell notification so that you are not missing out any of the content that I'm posting every day. So if you guys enjoying, give a thumbs up. I see that the likes are still not 100, so we'll be really appreciate if you make that like to 100. And as you know that I do post a lot of content, including the weekend as well. So if you haven't subscribed, you can do that, and also press that bell notification so that you are not missing out any of the content that I'm posting every day. And in addition to that, if you are thinking to join us, there is a lot to take from here. And as you know that we have a couple of spots, only few spots left with that discounted huge 70% on our lifetime plan on Forex Trading User Academy that was extended only for NFP. So I have given that coupon that you can use it on the checkout, and also I can share you the website. You can visit the website and then use that coupon as it's gonna ending. So if you don't want to miss out that 70% discount offer, then you can join today. There is only one thing that, guys, so use a PC or laptop as mobile version of the website, doing a little bit of this way that way, guys are in the team are working. So use a PC or laptop to sign up, and if you have any question, let us know using the live chat. So this is the last chance to join Forex Trading Wizard Academy with a discounted coupon. You can use it once you are on the website. Click join now button. You can find the link of the website below this video. So you see that a bit bounce on GBPJPY, and I would like to hold this trade as we see that it's reverting from that level. We could see a good move. 160 pip profit target, I know that it's a bit ambitious. Let's see how far we can take. Always keeping a bigger target is good. You know, patience is key. As I mentioned, something comes always after you become patient. So let's see what's happening with the gold. We can see that there is a potential downside on gold, which basically trying to create a pattern. And the way gold is heading, I don't think that it's gonna directly reverse, but instead we could see that gold just might be ranging even before the NFP. So you guys with me? Coach US30, I did long GJ. Thank you. Bye. Welcome. It's update on US on gold. Yeah, we'll be looking at that. TP is around the weekly open. Nice open price, which is good. Usually the price goes back to weekly open at the end of the week. Yeah, this happens. Yeah, you are right. So this is what we are aiming. That's why I just keep PP below, because there is a, if you look at the weekly, here is so if GJ reverse even, it might revert back to the upside. But first let's see, because from the daily, if you look at, it's the big 1 day move. It's a huge drop in a single day, which is the main reason why we are long. We can expect a deeper pullback at the moment, at least to this level or to this level, or even further to the upside, or even just could drop back again to grab further liquidity. First of all, let's see what's it is planning for the next couple of candles until we see that settled. So 5 minutes candle closed, and Okay, so here okay, so with the GBPJPY, we see that we are running a little bit in profit, almost nearly 0.5%, and I would like to hold the trade for a bit more bigger profit on that, good profit on that. So what I will be managing the trade accordingly. If GJ managed to bounce from this level, which you could see at least to this level, okay, so if the price moved to 189.36 from this level, which will be around 2.5 times profit. So if GJ moved to 189.36, then we can take some profit and moving the stop loss at entry. So you see that it's, or we might because first of all, let me see how far it is aggressively going. We want to see that it made at least good number of pip from here. So we are up around 18 pip, but I want to see a bit more upside, guys. You want to see the same. And what's happening with the gold here? Okay, so I would like to hold that GBPJPY trade for a bit more extended profit. So we have a bigger profit target, as you know that. So how I will be managing for, so TP1 for GJ is here. So this will be the TP1. So what do you mean by TP1 is when the price will reach that level, manually will be closing 50%, 189.35, and then we can move the stop loss at entry, and the rest of the 50% we can let go up to 189.96 if it goes there, which is probability. At the moment we see that it's going in a good move. Let's hold it for at least 2.5 times profit to this level. Now depending on your management, you either wish to close here fully, because if GJ moving here, even it will be in this trade alone will be 88 or 90 p profit, so which even closing the whole trade is not a very bad trade. It will be a good one. Otherwise the other option is to close 50% profit and the moving the stop loss at entry. So that's the situation with GJ. And if you guys enjoyed this live session, I would like a feedback. Give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press that bell notification so that you are not missing out any of the content that we are posting every day. So you're running profit on GBPJPY. We'll keep running profit on that. And in the meantime, while gold is just manipulating from up and down, we'll keep watching for gold for any trade. Let's keep trading. And I see that GJ has formed a potential inverted head and shoulder, so that might give the price a good momentum to go to this resistance that we set our TP1. I hope that guys you enjoyed this live session. I would appreciate your support to the channel. If you enjoyed that, giving a thumbs up, and also by subscribing to the channel. But before I leave the live session, if you want to join regulated broker, there is a recommended regulated broker in the live in the description of this video, and also I have given in the live chat. You can join using that link. With that being said, thank you very much, guys and girls. I'll see you trading live together in this market.